I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl, so I'm wise and I have worms.
Hello. Hello, greetings. It is time. It is time. I'm starting. Oh my gosh, I've started too early. I didn't even update my I didn't even update my currently text. But that's fine. That's fine. So there you go. I'm AMA about my world building. God, hi! Long time no see. Oh, hi, everybody! Hello, World Anvil. Welcome. How are we? How is everyone? Mochi's here in spirit. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Ah! It's the cool person streaming. Oh my god.
Yourselves.
The cool people. The cool people, actually, are you guys. Hello, thank you for the sip.
Refresh
Getting
yourselves.
right into things today. Hello. How are we today? Greetings and greetings. Oh, the sippies are coming in. Ah. How are the World Anvil people? I know I was just hanging out with you a second ago, but, you know, I have to ask again. How is everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? Now that you're in my home,
Refresh yourselves.
I have to treat you to some hospitality. Cool mug. Where can one get it? Oh my gosh. Thank you for asking. Where can someone get this mug? If you type in !merch, we just released this mug yesterday. Oh. So much is happening already. And yes, actually, not only can you get a mug of my own logo, you can get a Malcora mug, which I'm so excited about that one. Oh, and the shirt. Oh my gosh. Same thing. Same thing. You can get that off of my store as well in several colors. A lot of, I would say they're very cute, muted colors. The Malcora mugs are incredible. Ooh, yay. I'm excited to hear that. um, but yeah. Okay, so, well, you know, you're asking what happened yesterday. First of all, yesterday I streamed for 10 hours straight. It wasn't intentional, it just kind of happened. But we played 3 different games on stream yesterday. I I played Potions: A Curious Tale. That's a demo that's for free on Steam right now. And the full game is releasing soon. It was so cute. It was so cute. And then after that I played some Spyro. I ran my face into walls a bunch of times trying to make a little jump that I just couldn't manage to make. And then towards the evening, we got a bunch of cool nerds together for some Diablo 4. That's what we were doing to close out the night. It was a lot of dying, it was a lot of screaming. It was really great. 11 out of 10 would recommend. We had some cool people on there, like It's Eggs Benedict, who you see right here. I'm gonna do some shout outs actually, because these are great people. These are great people and you should go hang out with them, like 100% guaranteed. And of course also yesterday we released our merch. And that was like the super exciting thing from yesterday. Where can we see these merch thingies? Yeah, well, exclamation point merch. There you go. There's the link. There's my little shop. Who else are we shouting out? Grinning Hazard was also there with us. Last seen playing a Bread and Fred. Super cute game. I don't know, how long should I wait between these shoutouts? And also a shout out for Lires. Excellent, excellent peoples. All three of these people are excellent. But moving on, today we mean business. Today we are talking about some exciting things. I urge all of you in the audience right now, if you have any questions, to gather them up, and we'll start diving in. We'll start asking questions, answering questions. Whatever you people want to know about we'll start off with my existing world for a second, because I have a little tiny bit of setup that I still want to do before I fully release this brand new world. But it's happening. It's happening today. So while I handle that, while I take care of this, I want to know, what are your most pressing questions about my process, about my writing, about my art, about my world building, my CSS, anything. For now, we'll only talk about Malcora, but I genuinely, all I need to do is like re-upload an image, an image or two. But we'll do the grand reveal very soon. Very soon. We are not leaving this stream without a grand reveal. Tell me about the new. Okay, I'll wait. I know, I'm sorry. I'm playing with all of you right now. Not intentionally. I'm just a little creature. Launch like nobody's watching. Well, technically no one's watching. But it is also. You bought a mug! Mochi! Mochi, thank you. Oh my gosh. You're really cool. Oh my gosh, thank you for the note. They're amazing. There we go, Mochi. Have you finished naming all the gods? Oh my gosh, no. I'm not even close. My goodness. Well, okay. There are numerous gods that I have in Malcorum that I've started writing about. I believe that every god that is mentioned, every mentioned god is named. I think. The hat colors are really cool. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I can do. Okay, no, that's really bright. My goodness, where am I? I am going to my world. I'm just gonna start pulling up articles so we have like a little backdrop. Because I'm sure as much as we love looking at this face, we want to see some content. We want to see some world stuff, right? Let's see, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm having a moment because my display keeps switching. Please go to the correct monitor, thank you. Oh, here we are. We're on the world. Actually, you know what? Hold on. That was a mistake. I still have tabs open in here that are going to flash when I move them out of the way. And I know I'm going to click on them by accident. I know that I will. That's just how it works, right? So let me just re-upload this image. And then honestly, once I re-upload this image, we won't even have to worry about it. T-shirt colors are also very cool. Yeah, I like to keep things really chill, you know? I don't want things to be too in your face, you know? Because I'm just not that kind of person. Sorry for the early launch. It's fine, it's fine, it's all good. People have been excited about this forever. You know how we were talking in the how we were talking about the challenges, like when you tell people that something new is coming and they're like, gimme. Gimme. That's exactly what's happening here, and I'm not mad. I'm not angry at all. We do have an ad starting soon, of course, though, so I'll take that moment to be as my opportunistic moment to just start updating things. Yeah, there's Kato with the gimme. Gimme, gimme. Okay. Alright. So, Malcora, we did ask about gods. I must see the burbs. But yes, we were just asking, we were talking about the gods. And so the Incarnates of the New Age is really the only collection of gods I have that are thought out and named right now. There are a lot more gods that I plan to include in Malcora. Oh my gosh, and Astervella also making purchases out here. I appreciate you guys so much. What the hell? Oh my gosh. But yes, the gods, these gods of the New Age, the Incarnates. We have Vasra, who is like the principal god of Malcora. Actually, you know what? Let's pull up this part right here. This with the little icons. I love this part. So we have Vasra, incarnate of hope, Atreus, incarnate of strength, Javor, incarnate of compassion, Eteldra, incarnate of wisdom, and Mirand, incarnate of silence. So these are the five, the big five. There might be more. I'm not sure. More, sure, you know. Let me get this. I'm just buying time. I'm buying time for the thing. I will tell you all. I don't have a lot of content to reveal, but I do have the world and its concept. The call of cool mugs is irresistible. Oh, thank you. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I love mugs. And you know, this is a sippy stream. This is a sippy stream, so of course we need to have the perfect vessel for every sip. Okay, I've uploaded the new thing.
Refresh yourselves.
Styling. Oh, and the sippies. Oh, and the sippies are coming in. Thank you.
Refresh yourselves.
Thank you. Oh, see what I need to do. I need to put my sound alerts back onto monitor and output. So I turned that off yesterday because I had oh, shrimp check. Oh my god. Okay, everyone has to stretch when I receive a shrimp check. Make sure that none of us are sitting like shrimps. Making the world a more hydrated place, one sippy at a time. Heck yes. Alright. The view. Oh. Okay. I will say, bear with me because the CSS theme for this world is not actually finished. It is not actually done. And in fact, there are a couple leftovers. There are a couple leftovers from Malcora's CSS, so we're just gonna ignore those, okay? We're just gonna ignore those. We're gonna pretend those don't exist. We're gonna be real cool about it, alright, guys? So let me just...
Sloppy!
Stop. Don't bully me. We'll just open this totally not suspicious tab at all. Ooh. Welcome, my friends, to Ayun Sovos, my brand new world. She's brand new, she's fresh, she's here. She looks beautiful, she's shiny, she's gorgeous. And in fact, let me open my CSS tester to show you a little bit more of what I've been working on to get a feel for the theme. Ooh, we got some containers here and there. Again, she's still in the work, so we have some things to work out. We have some corner decorations that are definitely placeholders. Oh, I should probably make the world public, huh? What do you guys think? I should probably make her public. Yes, it is, it is. But hold on. Privacy state, public, change, and I will share with you this link. worldanvil.com/world/ovo. Little bird emoji. Bird emojis in the chat, everyone. For Ayun Sovos. I want to give a gigantic shout out. Oh, there's already 5 of you, oh my god. But I want to give a gigantic shout out to the first 3 followers of this world. The wizards that they are, who followed this world when it was still set to private. meaning they had no access to this before. They still managed to do it. TJ, Katoblapan, and Mochi. I honestly feel like some of you are my biggest fans, and I appreciate you so much. And so you cannot imagine the heart attack when I looked into my notifications and I was like, wait, what do you mean TJ followed my new world? What do you mean? It's like, how did he get here? How did you do this? But yeah, we have some fun buttons in here. You do deserve a cookie, absolutely. But I will say that the thing I'm proudest of with this world is this little button animation. Look at her, she's shiny, she changes colors. Ah, how cool is that? Hello? Things didn't want to work for a second. But yeah, so we have all of this going on. But of course, this is just the styling. There's no content yet. It's just how it looks. But the floor is open for you to ask any and all questions about this world and what I plan to do with it. Of course, naturally, keep in mind this is a brand new world. I haven't had the chance to develop everything I plan to develop. I haven't had the chance to come up with all of the ideas that I will come up with. Mind you, Malcora is 5 years old. 5 years old or or older. I still haven't had that figured out. So, you know, this AMA is just going to be opening the floor to you guys asking questions and making me think on my feet like, huh, how do I feel about this? Is this going to happen? And so, alright, first question, who or what is Ayun Sovos? Ayun Sovos is the land that we will be finding ourselves in. Is going to be, I'm thinking the first continent. Maybe. The first continent in a wider world, or the entire world might be called Ayun Sovos. That, you know, I haven't really figured that out. But is where you are. This is the setting name. What are the names of all the gods? Oh, no, I don't have the answer to questions like that. Don't ask me about names. I don't even, oh man. The god structure. I want a super simple god structure. I want something super simple. Something uncomplicated because Malcora is my complicated world. I want things in Malcora to be complicated. I want things to be weird. I want things to go wild. And so, this world is meant to be a soft, fun playground for me to do fun things, fun, cute things, not think too much about my world building, just do. Just make. And especially like on the art side of things, I want to doodle things. I want to make creatures. I want to Also, is it related to Malcora at all? This is not related to Malcora in any capacity. It is its own separate standalone world. It is its own realm. It is its own place, full of wonderful creatures and peoples of all kinds. But when I say peoples of all kinds, I explicitly mean not humans. There are no humans in this world. They do not exist. They are not real. But they do exist as mythical creatures. The people of Ioun Sovos write stories and spin tales of what it is like to be a human, to live a human life. And so I'm excited to explore what that can what that can look like and what that can mean, and how these people perceive living a human life to be when humans aren't real. I imagine these people are writing fan fictions about office life. Oh, Preppy Bounty Poppycock, thank you for the subscription. Oh my gosh, 8 months of support. Thank you, I appreciate you so much. The gods should have bird names. Brother Crow just popped into my head. Oh my gosh, yeah, I love that. I'll have to write that down. Maybe not that one exactly, but I'll have to take that vibe. Reverse furries? Yeah, kinda, actually. That's like literally it. They have like human sonas, basically. And just like how birds aren't real. Exactly. Birds aren't real in the real life. So humans aren't really humans aren't real in the bird world. And so is it fantasy or science fiction? This is going to be it's going to be fantasy. It's going to be heavily based in fantasy, but I want the window to be open for like more modern elements to appear. Just for fun or wherever they feel right. Imagine think about a lot of fantasy games. Honestly, like the two MMOs that I play, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, they're both very specifically fantasy games, right? But they have sci-fi elements to them. Like they're in there, they're part of that world, but they're kind of not the focus, right? So you could see sci-fi elements pop into this world, but it's not going to be the primary theme or the mood or the focus. And Mochi, you got headphones, hello. Hi, how are you? Honestly, I think the worlds without humans for me dive deepest into what it means to be human for some reason. Yeah, because you kind of take away the obvious parts of being a human, like being a human. And so you kind of end up with these stories that go into what makes a person, what ascribes personhood to an individual, aside from just the fact that they are a human being. And so I don't know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to explore. But this world is going to be a super lighthearted setting. Like I want this to be a place where you can go to and have fun and explore and have a good time. And essentially what I want this world to have set apart from Melkora is in Melkora, upheaval, chaos, and tragedy are sort of intended to be a natural part of living there. Like it's kind of to be expected. The whole premise is that humans are learning to evolve around these kind of really uncertain environments and circumstances. But in Ioun Sovos, upheavals and chaos and uncertain circumstances are a rarity, or they are plot devices essentially. They'll be rare. They'll be rare enough that bold heroes will rise up to tackle these things to ensure they don't happen again. It'll be that kind of situation. And so that's the idea. I want this to be an inherently good place to be. And then sometimes a great evil will rise. A great evil will rise for us to fight back. And that'll be it. And so it's just kind of a very huge shift in mood. Different. And so a lot of my inspirations for this world, come from things like, honestly, the big ones like Neopets. Neopets is actually a huge inspiration for this. But things like Neopets, Animal Crossing, just fun little things like Legend of Zelda even. But I think Zelda gets a little darker. But just kind of the general vibe. I had a longer list of things. I definitely had a longer list of inspirations. And of course, also taking inspirations from TTRPGs like Humblewood. Humblewood is huge. I love Humblewood. Inspiration from oh man, book series that I've read, novels like the Guardians of Ga'Hoole series. I'm a real one. If you read the Guardians of Ga'Hoole series when you were younger, you're my people. Oh yes, but like Humblewood, Armello is another game. It's got like all the animal people. I love that. Looking to Armello for visual inspiration is I love it. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up. Pull up a if you have a website for this. Please don't. Why is your loading screen so bright? Oh my lord. Let me just pull in this tab here. Let's see, Armello. This is it's a board game. So, and it's, you know, don't mind the blood. But you have all these different animal tribes basically. And so they just be out here living, and the king is infected with rot, and so the entire game centers around kind of like defeating the king and taking the throne for yourself because he's no good anymore. I love this. My sister was obsessed with Guardians of Ga'Hoole at the same time I was deep into Warrior Cats. Yeah, see, it was always a big difference. You had the Guardians of Ga'Hoole kids, you had the Warrior Cats kids, you also had the Flight Rising kids. Those were a little different. Or that's the Wings of Fire. That's the one. I was a Flight Rising kid. I still am, kind of. I haven't played in a little while. Wings of Fire is the books that I was thinking of. But like all the animal series, basically take those. This is where we're going. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this world because oh man, you should see my sketchbook of all the things that I'm working on for this world already. I really want to take an opportunity to use this world to participate in Duckuary. Oh, guys, but first I have to make sure I didn't miss any questions because I kind of went on like a little tangent, a little rant. Oh, and Mochi, lighthearted world twins who released worlds on the same day. Yes, yes. I'm so excited for your world too, Mochi. Oh my god. Just more bright worlds, more happy worlds. Let's see. When you said no humans, I remembered a novel. They didn't know that humans blew themselves up in nuclear war. Oh, nutsy. Also planning using New World for Duckuary. Heck yes. Same brain cell, same brain cell. Did I even show you the game Fox's Library? I don't think so. I don't think so. You've shown me several games, but I don't think I've seen that one. On the first article you plan on making. I'll say the first world building article that I plan on making. Oh, that's a really good question. Because I have a couple stubs lined up that I want to work on. But I think the first one that I want to put together fully is the Adventurers Guild. It's going to be like the first place you show up to when you enter this world. It's going to be like the first location. It's going to be your little hub. Because I have plans for 7 NPCs that you'll be able to meet just right out the gate. And these 7 NPCs will introduce new adventurers to this place, to the nature of adventuring, to the premise of what this town is like, what this location is like, what the people are all about. Introduce you to different species from around the Ion Sovos world. And so that's kind of the first place I want to go to. Just bring this Adventurers Guild to life. Show everyone what this place is about. Because I'll take a moment to express what the actual premise of this world is and kind of what's going on, because I feel like I kind of jumped around a lot. I just went right into questions without saying anything about the world itself. So Ayun Sovos is going to be kind of an animal-focused world full of like humanoid animal people, of any and every species. Although I have been using the codename Bird World for this world ever since its conception. But that's going to show itself in the main setting that you start in, or that we're starting in, that we're writing in. It's going to be largely bird-focused. But these 7 NPCs that I was talking about, they're not all going to be from here. They're going to be from other places in the world, introduce you to the other species from abroad. But of course there will be some local birds. Birdville twins! Is it all birds, or are there other creatures? There are other creatures. There are all creatures. Any and every creature that you can think of, they will live in this world. But our little starting area will be bird focused. But moving on from like what flavor of people there are, the entire premise of this world is that it kind of functions off of the work of artisans and adventurers. And so all of the endeavors of the people is to make things and to acquire the materials it requires to make those things. So adventurers serve this role in the world where they go out and they venture out into the world and they gather resources and reagents and all of these items and things, and they bring them back home so that the artisans that they live with can make wonderful, beautiful new things in this world. And so these adventurers, they also learn to craft, they learn to make their own things. And it's like a worldwide society. Yeah, picking up everything world, exactly. That's why I was talking yesterday about the game that I was playing. I was like, I love picking things up in worlds. I love crafting things. I love... Oh my gosh. I'm really scared about how similar our worlds sound. Oh no. I think we took the single brain cell a little too seriously. But yes, the entire premise of this world revolves around crafting and going to little shops and interacting with different NPCs and shopkeepers and just going on adventures to make beautiful new things happen back at your home. And so I wanted to take this world as an opportunity to work on more items, on items, materials, and also on fun little creatures. Fun little creatures. Your world sounds so cool, I'm totally not biased. I would stop. And so, yeah, I'm wondering if I should work on some of this. I'm going to show you guys, because if you guys came over from the World Anvil stream, you should already know that this is coming. I'm working on a challenge to release with the release of this world. Although the challenge itself is not going to be, out and available until March. But how about we take a little preview at the page, at the article that I'm working on? Oh god, what did I do? Hello? Why did everything just close? Anyway. I could show you this little article I'm working on for the Crafting Creatures 2024 challenge. Don't be alarmed by the giant placeholder badge. The what? The what? I don't know what you're talking about. It's not. It is quite literally a placeholder. It's so don't get too excited. You'll understand what I mean once I actually get it onto the screen. Here we go. The placeholder badge. It's a placeholder. We just have to remind everyone about Camp Farrell. That's all it is. But there is an actual badge that I have drafted that I plan to make for this challenge. So fear not, fear not. But yes, the Crafting Creatures 2024 challenge is coming in March. And indeed, we are kicking off a new world with a lighthearted challenge about crafty critters and the wonders they create. So of course, because every single person in this world is going to be either a crafter or an adventurer to some degree, in some capacity, I want to know about the creatures in your world that are also artistically inclined. I want to know about the creatures in your world that make art, that make things. Maybe do they make tools to make their lives easier? Do they craft elaborate homes to live in? Do they make art? Like do they just make art? Do they draw for fun? Without human intervention? Do they make pretty things because it makes them happy? And so I'll read to you my little introductions here. Nature is a realm of artists great and small, but so often overlooked and overshadowed by sophantic creations. Seek out the crafty creatures of your world and show us all their splendor. Introducing a new world with a challenge. A warm welcome, my friends, to the world of Ayun Sovos. This is a land of crafty creatures of all kinds, from renowned avian artisans to fledgling Ursine apprentices and many more, not to mention the brave adventurers who help supply them with the reagents they need. The adventurers can have their spotlight another time. For now, I want to kick off the birth of this new world with a challenge that hones in on the crafters of your world. Scratch that, the crafters of your worlds. Wahoo! So I welcome you all to my first ever unofficial challenge. Goal is to add some delight to your world building by thinking about nature's little artisans in your settings. But yes, this setting, this section here, I don't have a badge yet, but it'll be there. And this obviously isn't done. Like I'm still figuring out how to exactly set this up. But but yes, challenge dates, March 1st, March 30th. And I have a little disclaimer here that says, we'll say the official cutoff is midnight April 1st, so when the day rolls over. But it's more likely going to be whenever I wake up that morning and grab the final entries. So it is not strict, but I will say, like, keep an eye out. I will say, once we're done, we're done. Yes, what are we making? Create content that describes or depicts the crafty creatures of your world. I want to know about the creatures of your world who love to create. I'll provide some prompts and real-world examples to get the ideas flowing, but I welcome you to run free with the topic. What's most important is that the crafters in question are creatures, rather than the people of your world. So I want to know about your creatures. And so we have some, the inspiration isn't done, but, some real-life inspiration for crafty creatures. I currently have 2 examples in here, but there are more to be found. Who knew there was an accomplished self-portrait artist in the Peruvian Amazon? A recently discovered spider species makes dummies of itself to drive off predators, and they're really accurate. really, really spookily accurate, actually. And if you're interested in a scandal, might I interest you in the monkey selfie dispute? If a creature in your world creates something, even using people's tools, who owns it? Do animals have copyright in your world? What rights do creatures have for the art of their own making? Can a person just pick it up and say, "Oh, hey, look at this thing"? And we have some prompts to kind of get the ball rolling. And what is something adored for its aesthetic qualities that is crafted by a creature in your world? What is considered a culinary treasure that is created by a creature in your world? And so think honey, but not caviar. Bees make honey. They don't it's not harvested from them. And which creature in your world is best known for creating and using interesting tools in the wild? Which creatures' homes have inspired humanoid architecture in your world? And that's a little tie-in with Stormburl's Marchitecture Challenge. What creature in your world is known for creating art without humanoid involvement? So do they make art? Do they decorate things of their own volition because they like it? Who in your world creates art by collaborating with a crafty creature? So this could be an opportunity to write about a character. And so ideally, the creature that they work with would still be crafty even without them around. So yes, focus on the creatures themselves, not the things they make, or the things they make. Pardon. You don't need to write a species article if you don't want to. You can instead focus on what they create, whether it's an object, location, or any other thing that they can make. The important thing is we should be able to come out of your submission knowing about a creature in your world and what they make. So the article doesn't have to be about the creature, but it should mention the creature and tell us enough about them and what they make, why they inspired the thing you're actually writing about, all of that. And that's basically the summary. So when I actually get more information in here, and when I get a shiny new badge, this will be public and out for the peepin'. And so I'm very excited about this one. Oh goodness. Oh, and Kato, you asked if you could steal this CSS tester. I absolutely will make this. I think I'll make it copyable. This particular article, once it's done, you know, I still have a lot of random stuff in here. Oh, and in the author's notes, I also have more testers because I'm making sure that they work in the above and below. Yeah, the copy feature is awesome. So essentially what I'm working on with this article right now is I'm working on not only a reference article for my own BB code, but also a CSS reference. So if I ever want to do this again, I can just say, okay, so, you know, here are block quotes, here's what they look like, here's how to put them into the article, and here's how to CSS them. So we have the allowed boxes, this is what they look like, here's the CSS. Here we have button, here's the CSS. Here we have a little bit more, here's more CSS. Here's another button, here's more CSS, you know, like... And for spoilers, there's like a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm extremely hype about my spoilers, okay? Look at this. It's a cute little round button. Then you click on it, the corners fly out to line up with the bottom of this box, or the left side of this box, so it's flush. And then you close it again, it's back down to being round and beautiful. Chef's kiss. I'm obsessed. I love it. The transition isn't fully smooth, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. And yeah, I just have my little custom containers down here. Things for different colors and such. Oh. But yeah, I will make a version of this that is public and copyable. Basically, I'll make a version of this that doesn't include my like distinctly custom containers, because you know everyone's gonna have different naming conventions for their own custom things, and you know if you make one, you know how to make them all. It's literally just user CSS dot whatever you want to name it. That's your custom container. So we don't need like 10,000 references based on what I've made. I'm only including the selectors, not like any of the actual code that I've used. But you know, finding the selectors is sometimes the hard part, so yeah, I mean the copyable thing is like new, so it makes sense that we don't know everything about it, or not that we don't know everything about it, that we don't use it that much, so we don't hear about it very much. You know, we'll make good use of it. And yeah, so I ripped my navigation panel directly from Melcora. I'm going to be using basically the same one. You know, if you make the screen smaller, it'll kind of push everything out of the way. I need to change the background on this. I need to change the hover on this because it literally still has the Melcora logo in the background. So you know, we can't be living this way. Not forever anyway. Oh no, Kato, I hope you feel better. Sorry about your brain hurt. Yes. She's live! I'm really, oh my god, I cannot overstate how excited I am to work on this world. Like I'm excited, I'm happy. Happy. It's just really cute. In fact, you know, I think I'm gonna go fetch my sketchbook real quick. I can't show you everything because one of the things I'm working on is a surprise for a couple really special people that I love dearly. So I'll show you some things, but not that. Share stream. I got back before Katoy could give me an out-of-chair sippy. Haha. So here's my book. In fact, I love this book. Look at this thing. It's got a little owl on it.
Sloppy.
Sloppy. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I'm gonna be showing you things. Sloppy. Oh, the Wi-Fi. Oh
Refresh
no.
yourselves.
Sippy. But here's my book. Don't mind me, I spilled a little coffee on it at the office. But it's got a little owl on it. I love this. I've had this journal for like 10,000 years, so the owl's like wearing off on the front. You did hear a sketchbook. I have a couple small things that I would love to show you guys that I've just been like working on. I have to move all of the post-it notes off of this sheet because they're covering all the art. Oh my god, okay. I put post-it notes over the art because I kept working on the other sheets. And so I'd be like using them basically as a smudge guard. So if I'm like in here working on stuff, I'm not like rubbing my hand all over it. Cause like I'd go wash my hands and I'd see like the gray from graphite washing off. I'm like, I need to do something about this. Oh goodness. Alright, so let me see. I have a lot of post-its on here. Alright, I want to show you guys. Okay, let me make sure I can actually see. Oh, look at them! Look at these two creatures! And so you can see one of them. I have a little owl giving a thumbs up, holding up a little potion bottle. And I have as well. It was supposed to be a duck, but it looks more like a seagull. Holding a bunch of pumpkins in their arms. And so I kind of want to make a little character for them for Duckuary February. And you can see I'm going kind of nuts. Okay, camera adjust. With little icons and things, and you know, this might be a little hint or something, you know, for what is to come. But don't worry about it. It's just a little bit bad shaped. It does look like a duck. The booty is definitely duck shaped. The bill just looks a little bit too pointed, so it looks more like a seagull. But that we can fix that later. It doesn't really matter. Herm. Yeah. I'll give you guys a little tiny sneak peek of the thing I said I wasn't gonna show you, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway because I cannot stop thinking about these creatures. I have this list of NPCs. Super tiny, super quick drawings of what they'll be. That is all of the deliciousness I will give you because I don't want anyone reading what's on these pages right now. But I'm just really excited. I'm working on like a lot of things for this. And I'm thinking that these little guys will end up on the world header at some point. Can I bribe you for more information? Normally yes. In fact, you quite literally do bribe me for more information. That's kind of like the point of Ko-fi. Oh, will the VOD for the stream be available? Of course. This will be rewatchable anytime. But yes, Mochi, you do quite literally bribe me for more information. So you can maybe get some information, but there is something in here that is actually to be secret even from you. Do I see a frog solotl thing? There is maybe theoretically some amphibian amphibian presence on this page. And you're kind of half right about monkey folk. At least on this sheet.
Refresh yourselves.
Similar to monkey, but no. Ah, one for the road. Thank you for the sips. They're so appreciated. But yeah, I have a couple little doodles and things planned for some special people that I want to thank for being involved. So I can divulge maybe some of these secrets to you, Mochi, but not all of them. But yeah, Mochi has been getting like the inside scoop on so many things for this world because because they support me on Ko-fi and they're at the $5 tier, which means they have access to like my works in progress and things. So it's just been randomly me screaming in my Discord about some random thing that I'm working on and just posting things. So yes, so many wonderful things are happening, and I can't wait to actually sit down and flesh them out and work on them and make them come to life and be real. But okay, so you hoover up everything you put in that channel. Hell yeah. So that's a really weird way to ask that, Seedrahane, but maybe. Let us be chill in this chat room. Okay, but we were talking about the different types of folk, of peoples that may exist in this world. And so my concept, my methodology for how this is going to work is we are going to have the potential for any living creature found on this earth to be a person in this world. But the individual species, like, on an RPG level, the individual species will be kind of linked in groupings, in like phylogenetic groupings, basically. So any animals that are particularly closely related in the real world will all share a species in Ayun Sovos. Because I don't really want to go through the logistics of adding a new species for every single creature that exists in the world. There's so many species in this world. I don't think anybody knows that better than Mochi. But I will say I was channeling so much inspiration from Mochi while I was coming up with these ideas and concepts and just thinking about, like, how are we going to classify the people of this world? How are we going to do the species? How should we name them? Yeah, Mochi the best. Katolapan has it absolutely right. Mochi the best. And so I was just crawling through like Wikipedia and just like any site that'll show me the phylogenetic trees, being like, okay, well, how far back do we want to pull this? How specific do we want to be? We could make like, sub races, how a lot of games do. Like, you have the elves, but you have like all these different flavors. So we might have that kind of situation where, like, we have this a species based off of this family of animal, and they'll have like little sub races based on more concise groupings if it's necessary. And so the idea is that all of these peoples will basically they'll be approximately the same species, but them resembling different real world species will just be like a form of diversity. It'll just be, people be looking different, and that's really just all it is. People come in different shapes and sizes in the real world, so, why not have people come in different shapes and sizes, even like within species in this little fantasy world? And just, it keeps it open, it keeps it light, it keeps it fun. And so I don't know, let me go check my little book. Because naturally, if we're calling this Bird World, Operation Codename Bird World, we're gonna have birds, right? So if we have, because there are a lot of different types of birds, right? And they come in like all kinds of different forms, all kinds of different families. I feel you, Mochi. Yeah, I'm sorry for the Wi-Fi being so weird. So we can think, oh man, how do we want to group things? Do we want, because falcons and parrots are pretty closely related, actually, all things considered. Do we want them to be the same species, or do we want to separate them? Don't be sorry. I know. But I feel bad that you're just having a bad experience on your own internet. Because I know if I was, I would be upset. I would not feel happy. Yeah, we'll just we'll come on here. Hello, sorry for the blindness. Um so you know, I'm looking at trees like this and being like, okay, well, how closely related do we want these things to be? We probably I'll probably want owls to be their own species. And there's like 10 bajillion different types of owls, so, you know, I think that's perfectly reasonable. But then, you know, how about these? Like these little falcons. This group right here, Euphalconomorphae, consists of passerines, parrots, falcons, caracans, forest falcons, and other raptors. It's kind of a big range, you know. Like, are we going to put into the same group falcons and cockatoos? Fuck yeah, bird morphology, hell yeah. So I'm like, how specific do I want this to be, or how distant do I want this to be? Because we could, you know, we could separate the falcons from the top. I've not looked at these. Pseudacopaceres. Yeah, there we go. Little sparrows. That would be songbirds and parrots. I think, you know, I think I'm gonna answer my own question right now. We'll put songbirds and parrots together, and we'll separate them from the falcons, and bam, there's some species for bird world. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Wi-Fi should not be so bad now. Heck yeah. I really need to, is I'm sure the answer is no, but is there a dark mode for Wikipedia? Just like native? I wish there was. It'd be really nice. What a dream that would be. But no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So there are a lot of ways for things to go. And so these are the moral quandaries that I'm having. Is like, how do I want to separate the species of the world so that they can be species, like kind of grouped together as one species in my world? And I'm in this process, I'm finding out that a lot of creatures that I didn't think were related are actually pretty closely related. And so that's pretty exciting. Just taking this opportunity to learn more about phylogenetic studies and structures. And so that's kind of my approach. 10 times more interested in this world now that you've mentioned bird genetics. Good. Good. Yeah, we're gonna have a whole collection of animals in this world, and we're gonna have to classify as many of them as we can. This is how you entice me. Good. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, you are definitely one of the people that I was most excited to share this world with. And so we are definitely going to have to spend a lot of time talking about birds. Not that I need more reasons to talk to you about birds, but you know, now we have a concrete reason. No, seriously, you and TJ in particular. I was telling TJ this the other day when he told me the secrets of how he followed my world before it was even public. Um, I was telling him like you and Mochi are the people that I was most excited to share this with and like explore this with, and the fact that you are my first followers. And like all the cheems too. Like you guys have been so excited about this too. Like every time I mention it, everyone's like, yay. And so all the wonderful humans as well, like Kato and just so many of the others also. How can we not be excited when you mention birds? Honestly, it's the fact that I mentioned that I was going to make a challenge this year, and everyone in the group chat just went wild. I'm like, I can't not do it now. I love it. It made me feel so happy. It makes me feel so seen, so loved. And so now it's finally happening. It's getting there, and this will be fully released once I hash out all the information, once I make sure everything is like beautiful, perfect. And once I make an actual badge and don't have the Camp Feral badge on here as a placeholder. Like as much as we are feral for birds in this community, I of course am very feral for birds, and I we have to have a new ferality. Okay, amazing. Also, I'm noticing I definitely changed the header, but it didn't actually do it. Hello, images. Oh, 500 internal server error. You can't be doing this to me. Okay, it went away. It's fine. Everything got better. Maybe. Okay, it's really suspicious to me that World Anvil's acting up while the Divinity battle music is happening. Like, am I encountering a boss right now? Is that what's going on at the moment? Please load. I think I am. Okay. Got a 503 earlier. Yeah, it just kind of happens sometimes. I'm just gonna. The world got too excited for Ayun Sovos. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, it's having a moment. That's okay. We all have little moments sometimes. Sometimes we just struggle. There we go. OVO World Anvil Takeover, yes. 100%. I support it. But I don't know, can I just like tell you guys how excited I was to make this world background? Like I don't know, like something about it just like scratches my brain in such a good way. Having that little having not only a gradient but also a pattern on top of that. Just like my brain loves it. I want to eat it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Refresh
so
yourselves.
clean and fresh. Thank you for the sip. And so my design process for this was kind of like if you see the little squares in this background, that's from these two little squares here in the logo. And the squares in the logo themselves are actually squares that come like stock with the font that I used for the logo. And so I just kind of like ripped pieces out of the logo, made a little design with it, and then ripped the squares from that design and put them into the background, and now they're kind of like a motif across a bunch of things. Like if you look at this container, like the little block quote, there's a little square block overlay in the background as well. It's everywhere. It's in there. The block quotes have it. Little allowed boxes also have them. It's a little more noticeable on some colors than others, but it's just kind of, oh, and the buttons as well. The buttons also have the little blocks on them. So it's a little subtle touch that just kind of unifies everything throughout the design and just makes it look super cute. And so my big goal, my task right now is to replace these corner decorations. Like, these are just placeholders. These are 100% placeholders. I just found them on Google and wanted to figure out how to put them into the design. So you know, I can't actually use these. And so I want to design my own. They're gonna look different, like completely different, honestly. I just needed to figure out how they work. So I'm gonna design something out. I'm gonna make it look super cute. It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. I felt like such a wizard when I figured out how to put them on there. They're gonna be on the block quotes. They're gonna be on the primary box. Maybe on the sidebar as well, but I haven't thought about that yet. And changing the link color was kind of like a last minute decision. I was working on like this on the logo and everything, and I thought like, oh, what if we make this red in here, like red like a health potion? That'd be really fun. Because I like to think of Ion Sovos as like my mental health project. Giving me a fun, cute, sweet little project that I can just keep coming back to for good vibes and happy times. So, you know, it's basically like a little health potion for me on World Anvil. And so I was like, oh, well, what if we take this like red pink color from this logo that I've just made and make that our link. Make that our link color. And so we see it on these links, we see it when we hover over the buttons. Literally, we have made the same world. Listen, sometimes you gotta, and so we just have these little red potion links, and they're so fun. But also, okay, so the only CSS wizardry that I cannot seem to figure out is how to get this button shine effect onto this button as well, without the shine showing up like outside of the block. Because for some reason the I think it's just like the nature of what this kind of button is. The weird like div nature to it. The overflow is not the button shape. And so the little shine graphic like shows up here and it sits here until you hover over, and then it washes over and like it stays outside of the button, and it's really annoying. But it's fine. Yeah, because like we see the little shine run over, and so when it's at rest, it's just like chilling off screen here, but you can't see it because the overflow, so like, you know, show none. And so it pops up on here when you hover over, but it doesn't hide when it's up here. So I don't know if that's something I need to figure out, or if it's just like some weirdness with the nature of the button. I don't know. I had to style this completely separately the actual to the buttons that I had otherwise. I don't know, CSS is an adventure. You learn things as you go, you figure things out. It gets a little weird. But yeah, I really look forward to making this a more thorough document of CSS and BB code and everything else. So hopefully, you know, so I can have things like this that just help people style their worlds the way they want to. There will be no wizardry in here, because I don't feel myself qualified to speak on wizardry or to make, like, guides on more advanced things. But with the amount of CSS that I've done and the amount of targeting things that I've done, I can show you in a guide how to make all of the usual, typical things in an article look the way you want them to. Or at least how to single them out so that you can make them look the way you want them to. So, you know, if you want to style this particular box, you say, okay, well, you know, we just grab this, and that's it. If you want to do block quotes, we grab this whole mess, so we can edit both the block quote itself and the author text to make it its own thing. You know, just like this whole collection of little intricacies and things that happen. And yeah, so it's fun. It's gonna be a nice little resource. I'm wondering, the copyable version that I make is probably going to end up on my like meta world. And we'll just have it there. But yeah. It'll be pretty good. Because I want a reference like this for every world that I make, pretty much, from here on out. So we'll have one of these for Ion Sovas, we'll have one of these for Malcora, we'll have just like a baseline one for my author world. And from the author world, you guys will probably be able to just like grab stuff. But yeah, can I just tell you guys how obsessed I am with this font? I just think it's so cute. It's so cute, it's so fun, and fun fact, this is actually the font that I used on my little ad for my stream. Let me summon it real quick. It's gonna take a second to load. But yeah, the picture that I made for my birthday celebration also, hello. It's me. Yeah, this is the font that I used on my little graphic. Haha, so sneaky. And so that was a little spoiler that you guys didn't even know was a spoiler. I love being goofy and sneaky with things like that. Heck yeah. Oh, we still have. Hello? Yeah, we still have this open. Yeah. I don't know. I am just so hype. I'm so hyped for this project. And this cute little illustrated version of the logo that I made. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of it. The merch is so cool. Thank you. Oh, that's me. Say hi, everyone. We're gonna descend into infinity in just a second here. Wahoo! Alright, let me just find the actual correct tab that I'm looking for, because I clicked on the wrong thing. Lines everywhere. But yeah, this is what I was looking for. Oh, look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Oops. Please, for the love of God, give me the corner. Why do you make my life difficult? Alright, there we go. Just bring this up a little. Branch that out, and bam! There she is. Ion Sovas. The fancy cutesy logo from my world header and just other things. I love it. I think it's super cute. It makes me happy. And I have You know, you can see I have the little squares just kind of going through the whole thing. That's gonna be basically the motif for this world. I cannot tell you guys how much I agonized over this for the past week, because I kept trying different colors and different designs and things, and just not being fully satisfied with any of them. But I feel like that's just the nature of being an artist. You try things and you think, I don't know if I like this. But then it's fine, because you make it and other people tell you it's nice, and then you realize you were overthinking the whole thing. I got a lot of my inspiration for this from VTuber logos. um, and just how like decorated they are. So I do have a plain old word mark, of course. Well, that's not the whole thing. Where's the whole thing? Aha. Can I open you in a tab? Aha. See, there we go. There's the here is the word mark just on its own. I think it looks really cute. And so we come back here, and this is just like the little fun cutesy version. I like both a lot, so I'm a big fan. I like this little hammer thing that I have going on. I sketched it on one of my tests at like the very beginning of my process, and it stuck to me. Something about the shape of this hammer just made me feel like it felt good. Got this kind of like mallet quality, but also it's a little rugged. It's also pointy. I don't know. Something about it. And so, yeah, I'm just overall I'm very happy. And full disclosure for everyone, I picked the font for this logo based off of how much dopamine I received from seeing the characters OVO like aligned together. And I don't know, this one just made me happy. And if you really squint at the logo, this is another thing that I really loved about it. If you look at just Sovos on its own, if you squint at it a little, it kind of looks like a little bird. You know, like the ovos, like the eyes and the beak, and it's like two little thumbs up. Two little thumbs up. And so that made me supremely happy. And so that is how we've ended up here. At the very least, it's how we ended up with this font choice. And so, actually, I'll bring out the little illustration again, or the sketch. That's why we have a little owl here, doing a little thumbs up. This was inspired by the logo that we are staring at right now. So this little owl giving the double thumbs up. Or at the very least, in this art, it's a thumbs up and holding a potion, which the first S is kind of supposed to be modeled after. So that makes even more sense. I don't know, I've been putting so much thought into this. Just I hope that the joy I feel over this world and like the excitement, I wish to bestow it upon you as well. It's been a minute since a project has delighted me so much, excited me so much. I feel like, oh man, I feel like the past year has just been full of me taking charge of my projects and finding the things in them that bring me joy. And so I've been doing a lot with Malcora recently, making like the new primer that I made during World Ember, like that was pure joy. That was everything. Camp Feral, that was joy. There's so much. And we're bringing Camp Feral back this year. Mark my words. We're bringing it back. And you didn't hear this from me, but we're making a new badge. You didn't hear it from me. And so we can look forward to seeing some fun new things from Camp Feral this year. I want to find more ways to get people involved. I want to find more ways to like bring some joy to the season. And so I have a lot of prep to do. My summer camp prep begins now. It begins now. It's early, but we need all the time in the world. I have a lot going on, and so I need to intersperse all my prep in between all the different things, so that I'm not doing it all the month before, because I'm not gonna do it the month before, you know what I'm saying? But this makes me happy. I'm glad I've settled on a colorway that I like. So we just have this set on the background. I'm not set on this being the world header, but I think it's a decent placeholder. And the same way that Malcora has placeholder images, do I have it? Yeah, see, like this placeholder image is definitely not from this world. I definitely think that I could use the background from this, like all of this, as part of a placeholder image. Hi Hugin, how are you? And yeah, I can use parts of this for little placeholder images and just make a whole bunch of assets. Like I'm having a lot of fun making specifically design stuff for this world. Like if we head on into, I can show you the silly little images that I've been making. We'll see if it loads. So we have like these design assets. These are just transparent square overlays that I put over my containers. So, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff like this that I'm working on. And this is the little corner bracket that I need to replace. Oh my god, I cannot tell you how discombobulated I felt trying to work on the corner CSS, not realizing that I needed to physically upload the image to World Anvil and host it on World Anvil in order for the actual like URL to work. Because basically anything else, like backgrounds, everything else, if you do like background image, you can use images from anywhere. But I had to put in the corners through like the content thing. What is it called? Is it a command in CSS? I don't know. Property. The content property. And if you use a URL that's from offsite, the security filter is like, no thanks. I'm not into that. So as soon as I realized that was the issue, I was like, oh man, I stressed out for nothing. I thought my code was broken. But no. So maybe, I'm thinking tomorrow will be an art stream. We'll do some art, we'll work on some Iron Sovo stuff. You're leveling up before our eyes. I know. I leveled up in so many ways working on this theme. And so genuinely, if you want to level up in CSS, design a new world theme from scratch. You're gonna learn a lot of things. Oh, design a new world theme from scratch and think of something interesting that you want to do and then figure out how to do it. Like look on the internet for guides and advice and everything.
Refresh yourselves.
Sippy time. I almost died to that sip, but it's okay because we're strong and we're powerful. And yes, I am shrimping, thank you. Everyone have a little stretch. Oh, Get those shoulders back. Oh, my entire life and my body is crunchy. But yeah, like my big thing that I
Refresh
conquered.
yourselves.
Sips. My big thing that I conquered while I was working on this brand new theme was the button thing. So, like, you know, changing the color of a button on hover, easy peasy. That's not hard. You just make another property that's like the same thing but with hover at the end. And there you go. You have a color change. But an animation over the top of it, I don't know how to do that. But I kind of do now. I kind of know how to do it now. Like I'll show you how much CSS went into that specifically. So, you know, we have this for the animation. Here's little keyframes. We're just gonna go down to the bottom. So button animations. And there we go. This is what goes into the tiny little shimmer. In addition to the little animation thing at the top. Hee-hoo. So yeah, it's a couple things. It's a little handful. A little bit of text. But yeah, that was my conquest. That was the thing that I went out and said, I want shiny buttons. Okay, I don't want to learn how to make that shimmer. It's okay. But yeah, I sat down, I was like, I want something interesting for my buttons. I want them to be a little shiny, a little something. And so I just went on the internet and was like, okay, how do animated button on hover button animation, you know, just searching stuff until Google was like, hey, is this what you want? Like, yeah, that is what I want. And so a lot of CSS can be finding a guide from someone else on the internet and copying and pasting what they have put into their guide, and wow, now it works. But this was a little weird because, you know, the CSS that you see people doing on like their own sites, it's a little different from World Anvil CSS because World Anvil has its own like selectors, its own definitions for things. So you need to not only take the CSS from other people's guides, but you need to take that information, find all the selectors, change them to the selectors that you need, and then also make sure that they're not doing anything that gets caught by the security filter on World Anvil. And if they're doing something that does trip the security filter, you need to figure out what they're doing, what their thing that they're doing does, and find a workaround for it that allows you to put it on World Anvil. And that is something that I needed to do a lot of for these buttons, because all these different, like, you know, button hover after, button hover before, the multiples on all these different things, they were all like nested in really weird ways, and them being nested made them not work. Or them being nested made them work until the security filter got to them, and then it was like, we don't play like that. We don't like this. So I had to figure out how to unnest everything, how to make everything work, how to make everything look normal, and have it function. But here we are. We did it. We managed it. And so that is my advice for learning CSS on World Anvil, is just do your best. Give it a good go. Figure out what you want to do, find a way to do it, and then keep smashing your head against it until it works. And if it doesn't work, ask for some help. And if someone helps you out, you'll probably figure out why it wasn't working, and then you'll be able to work on it by yourself in the future. That's basically how it goes. But yeah, so I have like a couple things that I still need to finish. Like if I go to oh wait, hold on, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all. Oh, don't mind this. Let's just get those off the screen. Proud of you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I have been doing my best to learn how to do things and make things happen. Oh goodness. Oh, we still need to finish, well not finish, but like do our world meta. That is something we need to work on. I don't know. I think we could actually start doing a little bit of that. I think editing the meta will actually give us a little more insight into this world and how we're doing. We'll have like a super rough. We'll put okay, we're gonna challenge ourselves really quickly. Um one sentence in every field. One sentence in every field of the meta. Oh, that's gonna be an interesting challenge, but I think we can do it. Yay, stuff! Good luck, thank you. Yeah, we'll see if we can manage to do that throughout like as we wrap up this stream, and that'll be like our final challenge. And if you have any questions along the way, obviously this is the day to ask questions. I am an open book today. Never mind that the open book has like a bunch of empty pages. That's it's not because the book doesn't want to tell you that information, it's because it's just not in there yet. But if you ask questions about things that aren't in the book yet, the book will start thinking about what we can write in those contents. Alright, what is your motivation for building this world? Decide what the world is being built for, what it means to you. That way, it'll be fit for purpose. Alright. Ion Sovos is my ultimate mental health project. Got to foster my joy of world building and creating through bright themes and through bright themes and loose guidelines. In a departure from my first world's darker and more complicated systems and themes. There we go. Okay. It's a long sentence, but it's one. So Iron Sovos is my ultimate mental health project, built to foster my joy of world building and creating through bright themes and loose guidelines, and a departure from my first world's darker and more complicated systems and themes. I'm thinking if we can answer in at least one, or we'll limit ourselves to one sentence per. If I can get a sentence in every single one of these, I can mix and match my answers, refine things later. Yeah. I don't know, what are you hoping to get out of it is like a very similar question to ask. Okay. Okay, I hope to use this project No. This is the hard thing. I need to figure out how to word question answers. Being a writer is really hard. You're supposed to like summon words from the ether, and I don't know how to do that. How do write? I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew the answers to these questions. Hold on. Okay. What do I hope to get out of it? We're gonna say words out loud, and maybe we can turn them into a written sentence. Okay, so campaigns in this setting sound really fun. I'd love to have little adventures. I would love to make solo RPGs in this setting. That'd be really awesome. And I know solo RPGs are like Kato's thing. As in like their favorite thing. So that's certainly someone I could talk to about these things. Solo RPGs. Oh yeah, I like them. You like them a little bit. Just a small amount. Dang, you're severely distracting me from writing an article for my new world. Oh no. Mochi, what are you writing about? What are you writing? What are you making today? Oh man, wait, hold on. I can't wait to make a journal entry about my new world. Oh, I blame AP. Yeah, I'll have to talk to you guys at some point about solo RPG stuff. Not yet, because I'm not ready for that yet. But at some point we need to make this happen. Continent overview. That'll be really fun. Feel free, hell yeah. Because I think that Ion Sovos has like the perfect recipe for solo RPGs and adventuring and crafting and all that kind of stuff. So I think we need to make it happen at some point. Just hang out and share some inspiration. As you showed your sketchbook, I took out my new one to try and sketch some stuff. Part of my hand is black now. Oh yeah, that's why I was saying that I have post-its all over my pages, so that I don't just like drag my hand over my sketchy stuff. I took them out to show you guys what I was working on. Alright, what are you hoping to get out of this? Let's take the adventurous themes of Iron Solos, translate them into solo RPGs, into a solo RPG. Or even small games in the future. And so that's something I can do with that. Okay, what is the hook or unique selling point of the world? What makes it different? So this is the core of your idea, the hook that draws you and hopefully your players and readers into the setting of your world. When we say unique, we mean really special to you. As long as you're excited about the concept, that's enough. Don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel and come up with something 100% original. Yeah, so my concept is for sure not like the most original thing, but the whole point of this is that like it brings me utter delight, and that's the important part. So the core of this world, core concept for Ion Sovos, is a land of creature folk. Building a bright new world together. Focusing on the focusing on the partnerships between artisans and adventurers. Artisans and adventurers. Bravely seek, gather, bravely seek and gather the materials they require. Giving the world a strong focus on items. Stronger focus on items. No. Giving the world a strong focus on items and their uses. Ooh. Excellent. And so that's the scope page figured out. And so what is the genre of your world? Okay. So the genre of the world. So this is a high fantasy sword sorcery. So yeah, this is going to be like a high fantasy sword and sorcery setting. Brimming with adventure. No, we'll say high fantasy sword and sorcery setting. Some allowance for sci-fi elements to pop in and shine here and there. How does the world feel? Do you want the world to feel mystical or terrifying or both? Should your audience be afraid or moved, filled with wanderlust or wonder, awed by the past or by the future? Your world will have a general feel to it, even if the specifics of tone vary from story to story. So, this setting is a bright one, where darkness and chaos are rare and identifiable. And the heroes are always ready to rise up to the task of defeating I don't know, maybe I should port that into character agency. No, we can add a new sentence for that, that's fine. What is the character agency level like? Character agency describes how much power the main characters or player characters have to change the world. How long-lasting the change might be. Adventures and Sovos. Have the power to do anything that they put their crafty minds to. Defeating evils, great and small. With the help of their best artisans. So yes, I want Ayun Sovos to be the setting where like nothing is hopeless. You know, there's always a way to fight back, and you just need to find the right way to do it. You just need to find the right tool, the right item, the right spell, the right bit of magic. And then once you find that thing, you need to figure out how to make it and how to put it into action. So I don't know. Things like that are just really fun. Let's see. What is the tone of your world? You know, that's a really good question. I want to find Bakewell tarts are the answer. Of course. Of course. I'm looking for. I'm just gonna fetch the that super cool article that talks about tone and setting alignment. Oh, do you still exist? I sure hope you do. Okay, good. Tone and setting alignment in world building. I'm just gonna pop this into the chat real quick because it's always a really cool article to come back to. It gives you the little chart. Honestly, Noble Bright. I don't think there's another answer for what I'm trying to work on right now. But yeah, definitely Pokemon is definitely one of my other inspirations for this. Like it's like even if a situation gets dire, I think there's always going to be a way to say like, you know, our friendship will pull us through. So I think that'll be really nice. So yeah, we're gonna call it Noble Bright. Yes, like the setting is good, things are great, heroes are plentiful and good natured, very true. The world is a peaceful place full of hope. And that's kind of the what I was saying with that previous sentence that I'd written, like evil, like darkness and chaos, like they are identifiable and like they're clearly evil. Like there's not really a question about it. You don't have to sit there and wonder like, oh no, is this a bad thing? Are things in the whole society going to shit? Like no, like there's an evil king somewhere and we have to go free his kingdom from their grasp. Like like it's very obvious kind of stuff. Like out there in the universe. Oh, question, what do they eat? Are there non-sentient animals? I'm gonna say yes. There are going to be non-sentient animals. And I have yet to decide what exactly that means for their morality. I like to think that animal folk are not going to eat like their non-sentient forms, just as like a respect kind of thing. That's there's always that question. Yeah, 100%. Like in the Pokemon universe as well. Like, you know, is that like do they have animals in the Pokemon universe or do they just eat Pokemon? I think they just eat Pokemon, but I don't know if that was ever confirmed. I mean, people are out there eating Slowpoke tails, you know? Or they're using them for something. It's a whole black market about it. Okay, but where was I? The meta. Good. Pokemeals. 100%. It's a Pokemon-y Pokemon world. Yes, 100%. Yeah, and so yeah, but yeah, on that topic, I would say there are definitely non-sentient creatures. You know, you're gonna have little songbirds even in the like owl folk world, you know what I mean? Oh, not the Pikachu nuggets. um but yeah, you're gonna have like little animals everywhere. Um there's gonna be livestock. Essentially, like the animal folk are going to function and kind of like be a little more humanized. So it's they're just gonna kind of look more like animals, but not fully function like animals. That makes sense. And so we're gonna have people who are animalistic, and you're just gonna have animals that are just out there. And a lot of the, I would say, like a lot of the dangers out there are going to be non-sentient, like beasts and things. So like your dire wolves and all that kind of stuff. So you're definitely gonna have that mix of creatures, and there could be some sentient beasts out there, and that could add some fun little plot points. Like, you know, maybe on your adventures you encounter some sentient beasts. Maybe you make friends. Maybe you don't. Drama, exactly. Yeah, we have to. We're almost at the drama tab. Well, okay, maybe not almost. Well, like we're getting there. um. Okay. The world is the world is a pleasant and vibrant place to live in. I would classify Ion Sovos as being a noble, bright setting where things are generally safe and happy. What is the song and why do you know it? It's a really good question. It's an Adrian von Ziegler song called Prophecy. I'm sure this has been played like in any and every fantasy production you've ever heard. Because I think this is one of the more popular like fantasy song writers, composers. But it's called Prophecy. Yes, the world is a pleasant and vibrant place to live in, and I would classify Ion Sovos as being a noble bright setting, where things are generally safe and happy, and evils are major dramas to be tackled by heroes of the world. Alright, what are recurring themes which reinforce the genre, tone, and feel of your world? A few recurring themes can help anchor your audience in your tone and genre and establish your hook. What three motif scenes themes capture the world you're trying to create? These motifs are a great way to help reinforce the feeling of your world despite the different pacing and mood of locations or scenes within your story or campaign. Yeah, they don't need to feature every single session or scene. Okay. So we're gonna just bullet point these, number these. We're gonna number them. We'll find three. We'll break the one sentence rule for it, so we can have just like three things. Um, recurring themes. Crafting objects of all kinds for your adventure. Collecting reagents for other crafters. So I don't know, this is like super super general look at what this is going to be. Angelica, absolutely. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in and asking some questions. I really appreciate it. Being so being so nice to me about my logo. I know you had some nice words to say, so I appreciate you. You enjoy. You're always welcome back. We'll be doing this again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So, wahoo! Yeah, some recurring themes. You know, crafting objects of all kinds for your adventures, collecting reagents for other artisans to aid you, adventuring and discovering new materials and crafts. And I think that's like a good summary of things. And so we did scope and theme so far. Let's just see what we've got so far. Yeah, look at that. We now have a page. Obviously it's like not done, it's not even close to done, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And I do think, you know, I streamed for like 10 hours yesterday. I think I need to start winding down before before I get sucked into doing too much more. I got some things I need to do today. Oh. Internal server error. You did what? Shh. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. I only streamed for like 10 short hours. No, it's basically like I just did another shift at work. I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I came home and then I woke up on Friday. I just did another shift just at my desk, hanging out with you guys. But it was, it was a lot more enjoyable just in the content and the things that I was working on. I fell asleep mid-afternoon, woke up, you're still going at 7. Yeah, I don't think that means what you think it means. No, it's fine. I know exactly what I'm doing. No, listen, we played some games. We played some potions, we played some Spyro, we played some Diablo 4. It was great. It was a fantastic time. I love hanging out with the members of my stream team so much. Plus Lirez. Lirez is also amazing. I have to single out Lirez because he's not on the stream team, but he's like basically he's around us enough that it feels like he is. But no, it was amazing. It was a really great time. I had a fucking blast last night, just hanging out with the guys, playing some games, dying a lot, screaming. And I hope we get to do it again soon. It'll be really nice. But yeah, I think it's about time that we find someone to go raid out to. Let's see if my if Twitch loads. Let's see, where are we? Who's doing stuff? Who's
Refresh
hanging
yourselves.
out? Sippy, thank you. And Katoipoi, you are today's Sippy Lord, right at the last second. Congratulations, you have emptied my mug. Oh, and I am shrimped. I am de-shrimped. Well, you can, yes, good. Thank you, thank you. where do we want to go today? I accept the title. Yes, good. Good, fantastic. Where shall we go? Ooh, okay, so I think we'll go raid Mellow Frog. How does that sound for everybody? Playing Sucker for Love. Mellow's fantastic. It looks like she's currently streaming with Lady Ray, who's also a really cool VTuber. So let's go hang out with them. Ooh, I hate that they changed the raid screen. It's very disorienting. It's a little weird. But oh my gosh, okay, so as we're closing out here, of course, thank you everyone who came by, everyone who stuck around from the World Anvil stream. I appreciate you so very dearly. If you want to keep hanging out with us, you are always welcome to come join the Discord. This is where I post all my updates, all my everything. And I'm gonna have to make a couple edits here and there to account for the fact that I have a new world that I'll be sending updates about. And that's so really fun. Can't believe it's been 2 hours already. I know. Thank you, Mochi. I'm so excited for my new world too. And remember, we have new merch available, brand new as of yesterday. It's so wild to know that people are gonna be walking around with like stuff that has my logo on it. That's so nuts. But thank you everyone for the support. We're gonna start this raid. We raiding Mellow Frog. Everyone say hello to Mellow for me, and also to Lady Ray. Remember everyone, if you want to copy this, add your own emotes to it. Do whatever you want to make it spicy. Bird raid, that's our raid shout. Thank you everyone, once again, for hanging out with us. You are amazing. I had a great time with you guys today, and thank you for all the kind words about my new world. I will have more updates for you, I hope, soon. And keep an eye on the merch shop. Maybe by tomorrow there might be a new addition to it. Maybe. But goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. I implore you all to grab your sippies and go world build. And go have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Do the things that make you happy. Have a good day. Have a good night. A good time zone. You're amazing. Oh, stop. No, you. I'll grab my Melkora mug. Amazing. You're already doing that. Already doing that, ho. No, okay. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Mwah. You're all wonderful. Farewell.